So here's the punter, Matt Botcher, to get us started. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis.
Let's go, boys. Let's go. Here we go. He's at the flag. 59. Let's go. Slam, slam, slam.
Now the rookie from Boise State, Alexander Madison. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Obi Melifonwu. There he goes, right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick 6.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
And 12 at the 23-yard line.
So after the loss of 2, here's 2nd and 12 from the 23. On second down, this is Madison. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
At the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
We ain't begin to turn you up. Don't get nervous.
Cousins to throw it this time. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Well, these two teams, the Falcons and the Vikings, have met 30 times since the Falcons' inaugural year in the league back in 1966. And the Vikings winning 19 of those games. But Maybe the most memorable game between the two was a Falcons victory. That was in the NFC Championship game back in January of '99. Gary Anderson missed a field goal to potentially win it at the end of regulation, and then the Falcons would get the victory in OT 30-27, and they were off to the Super Bowl. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Third down, Bridgewater. Going deep for Diggs. That's caught inside the 20. The young connection hook up there. Bridgewater to Diggs. 49 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. From the gun, Bridgewater. This is caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A 16-yard touchdown as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And they got the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Jets ready. Get you running. Get you running. Watch the run. Watch the run. Say. Rotate. He's checking. He's charged.
They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. A big-time play there for the Falcons. 48 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's the second year back from Southern Miss, Ito Smith. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Ito Smith, 27 yards. And the Falcons have taken the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball.
Get a completion.
You get a catch.
Yeah.
But still,
no
yardage. Okay.
5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on third down.
I'm coming for you. You know.
From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Johnson, the intended target. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now it's Jackson. And he'll find Hall. A pickup of 24. And that's where the play began, the 24-yard line.
First and goal, Atlanta.
A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
Trying to punch it in with Smith. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Ito Smith with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Falcons push further out in front. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Stop your whining. Check nickel.
On the carry, it's Logan. Fights loose, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Cousins to throw it. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Here's Britton Colquitt now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Take it at the 37. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. The Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run. Devontae Freeman. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Jackson. This one caught by Ridley. Had a nice move but can't break away. Down just inside the 30. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4.
40's mine. 40's a mine. 40's a mine. I'm coming, baby. I'm coming, baby.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Here we go. Check.
Here's Madison running on first down. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They'll run it here with Logan. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 7 yards there and a first down.
That's another Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Bridgewater now from the 50. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Devondre Campbell flies in to blow that play up.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now a give, right side. It's Logan. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, As many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 17. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
They're going to need some therapy after this.
3rd and long for Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, 56 yards. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. It's a give to Freeman running right. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Brings up 3rd down.
From the gun, Jackson. This one complete to Devontae Freeman. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. All you get is a headache. All you get is a headache. Check, 55 to Mike. Check, 55.
Jackson from the shotgun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
So we're at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. They'll run it again with Smith. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on third down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Anthony Barr charging hard from that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now it's Freeman. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Ready. Good track. Right there. 54, right there. 54, Mike. Go. 54,
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that's caught inside the 35. That goes as a gain of 36 on 3rd down. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the 3rd quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
Mike's 54. Let's go, DK.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. 25 yards that time. And now he's really knocking on the door for 700. That is career catch 699. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Check. Lucky.
Here's Jackson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance too.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Jackson will throw again. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one into the end zone.
3rd and goal, Jackson. And that'll be intercepted by the Pro Bowl safety, Harrison Smith. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it.
Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Check 59.
Following the interception, here's Bridgewater. And this will be incomplete. physical play on the football there, and it's second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Throwing again, Bridgewater on 2nd and 10. He's going to loft one. And got his man complete. The young connection hook up there. Bridgewater to Diggs. 44 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
Wide. Check three.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, and especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
Hey, Ken. Yellow.
They just do get the play off. Now Cousins toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there, and it's 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful looking for his tight end Rudolph, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Obi Melifonwu. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on.
Fine. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go. First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Now to start their next drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They run again with Logan. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 47-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Check 55, Mike.
Don't get nervous.
Go on. Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. Pick it up, pick it up. Pick it up, pick it up.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Bridgewater. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, but they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
At their own 43-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. That turnover might just about do it here. Fourth quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
You're exactly right. They played smart, couple of first downs, and this one should just about be over.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Going for the deep ball. This is caught inside the 15. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 46 yards. How about the rookie in his NFL debut? Looking sharp. It's 1st and 10. Now Jackson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target. But it'll be 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now it's Smith running right. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Jackson now. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Falcons push further out in front. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Going deep for Diggs. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And it's third down. The Vikings on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Now Cousins under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Cousins to throw for it on 4th. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Mike Zimmer got to be unhappy with how that turned out. And now, goodness, possession's going to go over right at the 10-yard line. Breaking the huddle, 1st and goal as the return team has set him up with golden field position. Smith trying to run for it. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. And the ball situated at the 9, 2nd and goal. Another try for Smith. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
Jackson going to throw on 3rd and goal.
But that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that'll push the lead from 24 up to 27. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there. I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. Going on the ground with Madison. And he's got this down to the 35. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the 1st. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the 1st. Here's a give to Madison running right. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
One thing rookies need to learn at this level, and quick, make a cut, be decisive, and go. Because in college, you could dance around and wait for a hole to open because you're probably a better out.
Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Check, 59. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Hey, exit.
Mike 5'9".
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. It's complete to Diggs. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 12-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Cousins on 1st down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Mike 55, Mike 55.
They'll throw again. Cousins. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. On 3rd down, Cousins. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kyle Rudolph. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. Bailey got the extra point, and the lead now down to 20.
Vikings 21. Dan Bailey to kick off for Minnesota.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason, and now I'm listening to you. So for Atlanta, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers.
I left